Alright guys, if you've been having trouble deciding on a niche, I've got something really interesting for you. There's a channel that's currently blowing up on YouTube and breaking records in a very interesting but underserved niche. The best part is that this channel is barely 2 months old. The name of the channel is Felune, and they started just this past January. So they've essentially been running for about 2 months. But somehow, within just that short period, they've already pulled in more than 5 million views from just a handful of videos. If you look at the content itself and the view counts, the numbers are just insane. Their latest video is doing quite well, and honestly, none of their videos are underperforming. The worst performing video on the channel sits at around 14,000 views, and most of them are in the hundreds of thousands. Their most popular video has already passed 2 million views, and these others are doing quite well at 800,000, 400,000, and more. So obviously, they didn't just get lucky with one video. The entire niche is actually trending right now, and the best part is it's still quite new, which means there's very little competition. You can jump in now and still have a real opportunity to rack up some solid views. The key thing to understand is that channels like this are doing something right. That's why the algorithm is promoting them and giving them these kinds of views. So what kind of content are they actually creating? They're creating videos around cat behavior. Specifically, they're making videos that explain what your cat's actions actually mean. For example, their most popular content focuses on explaining why your cat might enjoy sleeping in bed with you. It's something that you've probably never thought about, despite your cat doing that over and over again. So a topic like this triggers curiosity, the desire to understand the meaning behind any actions that your cat seems to like doing. This has been the driving force behind the channel's growth. They've tapped into that very desire of pet owners, and the results speak for themselves. The interesting thing is that you don't need to limit yourself to just cats. You can do this with dogs too, or any other kind of pet that people are genuinely interested in learning more about. Dogs are arguably a little easier to cover since their behavior is more commonly understood, but there's still plenty of content to be made there. The formula works across the board. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire process of creating this style of content. I'll show you exactly how it's done, and then of course, you can adapt it to whatever direction you want to take it. And as usual, I've created a master prompt that puts everything in one place to simplify the process. You can find it in a Google Doc, which will be linked in my Discord and Skool communities. Links to both communities will be in the description of this video, as well as in the pinned comment. All right, let's get started. The first thing you need to do is head over to the Google Doc and copy the master prompt. Once you've done that, open your preferred text generator. I'm going to be using Claude for this demonstration, but you can use whichever tool you prefer. Just keep in mind that the word count for this particular style of script can go well over 1,200 words. So ChatGPT might not be the best option when it comes to handling that length, which is why I'm going with Claude. Once you've pasted the prompt, don't make any changes. Simply hit enter, and the AI will start by generating a list of topics that you can choose from for the video. I set it to 10, but you can easily change that inside the prompt if you want more. Just look through the prompt. It's straightforward, and adjust the number to whatever you need. The topics are quite solid. This one about cat staring is quite interesting, and the same applies to this other one about cats following their owners to the bathroom. The topics are genuinely interesting, so it's up to you to pick the one that appeals to you most. If you scroll to the bottom, you'll notice the AI prompting you to specify your chosen topic, so make sure you either type your topic or just the number should do. Let's go with number 10 for this demonstration. The AI will go ahead and write the full script for you. The length is set to 1,600 to 2,500 words, so depending on your personal preference, feel free to make changes to the word count inside the prompt. As you can see, it's produced a complete script, starting from the introduction all the way through to the end. You can go through it and see how it reads, and since we're using Claude, it will stick to the word count without issue. Now, a quick but important note. Please use this as inspiration, not a copy-paste solution. If you copy and paste the script as is, you run the risk of getting flagged for inauthentic content, so use it as a research and reference tool instead. If you don't know much about cat behavior, this is a great way to get up to speed on the topic. Extract the key points from the AI, understand what the content is actually about, and then write your own narrative around it. That's the right approach to avoid all your hard work going to waste. Once you're satisfied with your script, it's time to create the voiceover. For this part, feel free to use any tool you prefer. I always recommend 11 Lab since it's the best on the market, but if you want something free, Google AI Studio works just fine. Go to text-to-speech, choose a model, select single speaker, pick your preferred voice, paste your script, and hit run. It'll generate the voiceover for you. And if you're not happy with how it sounds, play around with the temperature setting. The next step is to create the images based based on the script. But before that, you need prompts that can be given to the image generator. So go back to exactly where we left off in the chat interface. At the bottom of the script, you'll notice the AI prompting you to paste a section of your script so it can generate image prompts for that particular section. Don't paste the entire script at once. If you do, the AI might miss certain action beats and details within the script. Instead, paste it in sections. Start with just the introduction. Paste it in, and the AI will generate the detailed image prompts for that section alone. As you can see, it's created 6 unique image prompts just for the introduction. Once it's done, it'll prompt you to paste the next section to continue, or type "done" if you're finished. Just keep going section by section until you've covered your entire script. This ensures the AI generates the right image for every single part of your story. For this next section, it's generated 7 image prompts. You can continue pasting in the next sections the same way, and so on until you're done. Once you have all your image prompts ready, it's time to actually create the images. Since Google is moving Whisk to Flow, let's move there as well. Oh, and by the way, if you want access to some free image and video generators, check out this video where I go over 9 solid options out there. Now start a new project and make sure it's set to image mode. Set the orientation to landscape and the quantity of images you want the AI to generate. When it comes to the model, Flow gives you access to Nano Banana Pro, Nano Banana 2, and Imagen 4. Just a heads up, Nano Banana Pro has limitations for free users. Based on my testing, it maxes out at around 10 image generations per day before it demands a subscription. Nano Banana 2, on the other hand, I generated around 30 images and it didn't max out, so I'm not sure what the limit is there. So we'll be using that one for this demonstration. Paste in your first prompt, hit generate, and it should take anywhere from 30 seconds to about a minute per generation. Check out these images it generated. As you can see, they look pretty good. There's a small issue with one of them. The laptop has an extra screen, but the other one looks perfect and totally usable. You can follow this same process to generate all your remaining images. Now, if you want to keep your characters consistent across images, you can use a reference image. Just click on one of the generated images, click Add to Prompt, and it will use that character as a reference for future generations. This way, your characters look the same throughout the story. But honestly, it's not really necessary, so feel free to skip that. And also, even without using a reference, the prompt itself is strong enough to produce something close, as you can see from this image. There's a minor issue with the character wearing shoes here, but that kind of thing isn't really a problem for this content style. Once you've gone through all your image prompts and generated all your images, you've got 2 options for how to use them. You can use the still images as they are, or you can animate them into short video clips. The channel we're modeling actually uses a mix of both, still images and video clips, so feel free to do the same. To animate an image in Flow, click on it and select the animate option. You can use the exact same prompt you used to generate the image as your animation prompt. You don't need an end frame, just the start frame and the prompt, then hit generate. If you can't generate videos with Flow, use any of the options I highlighted in the video I mentioned earlier. This video actually looks quite good, so I'll go ahead and generate the others. This one here was generated with Grok, and the result isn't bad at all. It doesn't need to be perfect for this content style to work. Once you've animated all your clips, it's time to move on to editing the video. The editing process for this niche is fairly straightforward. Open your preferred video editor. I'm using CapCut, but use whatever you're comfortable with, and drop in all your clips along with your voiceover. Start by adding your voiceover to the timeline. Now, if there are too many pauses, go through and remove them. Don't forget to set your aspect ratio to 16:9. Once that's done, it's time to arrange your clips. Some of these clips may have their own audio. If you don't want that, just click on the clip, go to audio, and pull the volume all the way down to -infinity. To give your clips a bit of visual life, you can add subtle animations. Go to transform and use keyframes to adjust the scale, just enough to add some movement without being distracting. Once you've arranged all your image and video clips in line with the flow of your script, it's time to add captions. Format your captions however you prefer. You can apply one of CapCut's built-in templates, add a custom animation, or go fully manual. Choose your own font, your own color, add a stroke, or whatever suits the look you're going for. It really just depends on the style you want. After you've sorted your captions, you can also add a filter to give the video a uniform look. Just drag it onto your timeline and stretch it to cover the full duration. You don't need to do much here.
There's a moment every cat owner knows well. You open your laptop, settle into the couch, and within 60 seconds, your cat materializes from nowhere and plants themselves directly on the keyboard. Or maybe it's a book. Maybe it's your phone. It doesn't matter what it is. If your attention is on it, your cat wants to be on it too.
Once everything looks right, go ahead and export the video at your preferred resolution. The final step is creating your thumbnail. Go back to the Google Doc and copy the thumbnail prompt. Paste it into your text generator. Make sure you've replaced the topic placeholder with your actual topic. topic and hit enter. The AI will generate 5 thumbnail concept options for you to test. In case you see these square brackets inside the text, simply remove them from the prompts. As you can see, these prompts have generated some interesting thumbnail styles. So pick the one that appeals to you most and download. Just like that, you have your first video. This niche is popular right now and also not too competitive. So there's still a genuine opportunity for new creators to come in and do well. But if you want to explore other ideas as well, check out these videos on your screen. Anyway, thank you and see you in the next one.